Chopper the Murderbot is here. Now that the dastardly little droid menace has graced Galaxy of Heroes with his presence, we must answer the age-old question, should you gear him? This is SWGOH, and let's get started helping you decide. If you ignore literally everything about Chopper in-game, and we work purely off of his merit as a character within the Star Wars universe, then I could emphatically say, go for it. This little metal sociopath is one of the more entertaining aspects of the show Rebels, and he's definitely the most deadly. His kill count is through the roof. I mean, seriously, look it up. But, of course, I guess we should decide whether he's actually good in Galaxy of Heroes or not, so fine, let's review. Chopper is pretty fast for a tank, clocking in at 152 speed, putting him at 14th for base speed. Even at ranking 14th, though, it does make him the tank with the highest base speed. So that's worth something, I guess. At max, he's rocking 19,000 health and 22,000 protection, which is pretty serviceable for a tank. If you just look at those stats, Chopper seems like he might actually be good. Unfortunately, he has abilities too. Reckless Fling. Okay, so we're throwing rocks. His basic is going to deal paltry physical damage to a single target and buff a random Phoenix Squad ally, note that this is only Phoenix Squad allies, with either defense up, offense up, or speed up for 2 turns, with a 60% chance to reduce that ally's cooldowns by 1. Interesting to note that if not used in a Phoenix Squad, this is probably the worst basic attack in the game. In a Phoenix Squad, it's still a solid meh, especially if you get unlucky and don't proc the cooldown reduction. Cantankerous Clanker. Here we go, the Taunt. Wait, it's only a 1-turn taunt on a 3-turn cooldown? That's a bit awkward. On the plus side, Chopper has plus 30% evasion while he's taunting, which could end up quite annoying if your dispels end up missing. If it ever became a problem, people could just switch to Palpatine lead and negate the dodge entirely. I'm a little disappointed here, since if Chopper's not taunting, he's not really doing much at all. Metal Menace. Arguably Chopper's only real utility, Metal Menace is a single target dispel on steroids. For each buff dispelled this way, all enemies lose 10% turn meter and Chopper gains 25% protection. I guess Chirrut kind of hates Chopper. He'll end up taking most of the turn meter away from the enemy team, and regenerating all his protection on most uses against our blind friend. I'm still not sure why Chopper needs all this protection regen, since he's almost never taunting, but we'll pretend it makes sense. Oh, did I mention that it stuns droids for 1 turn if used on them? This is actually rather clever. The Murderbot was a bit famous for treating other droids with hostility in Rebels. Kudos, CG. Maintenance Protocols. Last but not least, his unique. Again, more regeneration of health and protection. At the start of his turn, Chopper recovers 15% of his max health. In addition, whenever he's damaged by an attack, he gains protection up for 15% if he doesn't already have it. This is actually a pretty fantastic tank unique, just not quite as great on Chopper. The only reason to ever attack Chopper is if he's taunting, which we've already established that he can't do as often as we'd like him to. However, the real value of this unique is when it's shared with Phoenix Squad. This makes Phoenix Squad members significantly more tanky. They'll constantly be getting 15% protection back via the reapplication after it's depleted. And this will be even more annoying when combined with the fact that when you manage to start depleting their health, the constant protection up will let them get health back from the health heal portion of this unique. This really is a fantastic unique, and it alone gives Chopper a purpose for Phoenix Squads. I'm not sure if Chopper's uselessness outside of this unique is enough to warrant a spot on Phoenix Squads for Arena, but it's definitely something you'd want for GW or Raids. With that in mind, there's one last aspect of Chopper that we need to factor in. Ships. I think we're all pretty certain that ships are eventually going to be fitted with variants of Astromechs or other hardware upgrades, so investing in Chopper now can potentially give you a head start on that front when it does arrive. If these upgrades arrive before or at the same time that a potential new raid involving ships does, well then, you'll sure be glad you geared up this cantankerous little clanker. Thanks for watching, and until next time, SWGOH out.